Hi, this is Brad.
And Chase.
And Jack.
And Chad.
And this is episode 4 of the PodCouch.
The PodCouch.
And today, on the addendum, we will be discussing the hotly debated topic, consoles versus PCs. Now, to open up debate, Chase?
Thanks for throwing me under the bus.
Spotlight is on you.
I think what I was trying to say when I was talking about console versus PCs was the fact that there is going to be a time in the future where consoles won't be able to keep up with computers without turning into computers themselves.
I think that point is actually getting pretty close, if not like already happening, because they're already starting to try to merge consoles with all the extra PC-related junk, like with all the tablets they were trying to get into with Xbox.
Oh, like
glass,
with the smart glass and all that stuff.
Like they're trying to bring tablets, which are essentially PCs themselves, into the game. Or well,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So like there's a point where the consoles are like, when did the consoles for this generation of consoles come out?
Okay.
It's been like what, 7 years?
Yeah, the 360 was like forever ago, and then the PS3 and the Wii came out like.
Would
3
you
years
consider
after that.
Wii U as the next gen?
I probably would.
It's more like saying that it's keeping up with what was already thrown out.
Well, it's technically in the next generation, but it kind of looks like it belongs in this generation.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree.
What qualifies next gen? Just how it looks, or like when it comes out?
I don't think it's when it comes out.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the type of like hardware in it.
I think it's a kind of a mix of both.
But then again, you could be like, oh well, the PS3 is next gen compared to the Xbox and the Wii because it has better hardware than both of them.
They're still like all around the same. Like one of them is, well, okay, maybe the Wii is a little further back than the Xbox and the PS3, but between the Xbox and the PS3, neither of them are like drastically better than the other.
So do you want to say that it is release date what considers next gen, at least from this discussion?
Sure.
Yes.
We can just go with that.
Well, then the Wii U might be part of its own gen because the new Xbox and PC, or no, PS consoles haven't come out or even been announced yet.
Yeah.
So they might not be out for another
Who knows how long?
year or two, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, there's
only so much you can do with a console before, like you said, becomes a computer.
It turns into a computer. And I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, I still think that consoles are going to have a distinctly different feel to them than a computer, because even as the technology starts to get the same, I mean, consoles still use a controller. And though we use controllers for our PC games a lot.
Yeah, it's
so yeah, there's that. But and a lot of PC games are being made so that you almost have to use a controller to play them.
Mm-hmm.
Super Meat Boy.
Like the mouse and keyboard controls are either just so bad or just not, not what you're intended to use with the game.
But that's not even so much part of the console. It's just part of the it's just peripherals. I mean, like the Guitar Hero guitar, like that. Would you consider that part of the console or just a separate peripheral?
I would just think of it as a separate peripheral.
Well, that's kind of what the controllers are. You can connect them to anything you want.
Oh shit, yeah.
But I mean, as part of PCs and consoles, I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay.
I had a track, but then I lost it.
Another thing with computers and consoles, the fact that with a console you are restricted to the limitations of what the console can hold, whereas a PC, they're always coming out with new updated things or new updated just pieces of equipment that you can put in there. So
you can swap out hardware much easier with a PC than with a console. You'd have to get a whole new console.
Yeah, but I was saying was for gaming developers, I mean for the computer they don't have to hold back. I mean they can go at their full potential.
Well, there's still a little bit of that for console developers. Like anytime a new console comes out, if you look at the PS2 for example, games from the 2000s look like shit compared to like Final Fantasy 12. That game looked fantastic, and that came out way later in the PS2's lifespan. Like they're always finding new ways to push the system to its limits, and with PCs it's a lot different because with PCs it's not like this whole new set of hardware comes out. This big change in hardware comes out once every 5 or 10 years. But with PCs, it's like new stuff comes out every month. Like small changes every month or so. So PC gamers can just kind of gradually see performance increase and increase and increase.
Where console gamers just boom, and there it is.
And like, what kind of updates do the consoles have other than just new consoles?
Well,
they have Xbox has, at least because I'm an Xbox owner. Xbox has a system update every now and then, but I'm not saying it's going to be like every month or anything.
What do you mean by like updating what you said? What do you mean by?
Well, with computers, I mean, they're coming out with better computers every time, and it's not like consoles where you have to get this one console and that's the only console you can play games on. With PCs, any PC you get, you can play games on. So, you know, if you're not happy with the PC you have and you have the money, you can swap out and pretty much just update your own computer.
Unless your shit's soldered to the motherboard. I found that out the other day. Yeah,
so
I opened that bitch and my graphics card was soldered to the motherboard.
Yep,
You'd have to,
sucks.
A new computer.
A whole new computer if you wanted to.
Yep.
And I need to up my graphics card. It's shit.
Yeah, I know. I think we discussed this. Mine's worse than yours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But you've got a lot better processor than I do.
I have a shit.
Y'all motherfuckers don't complain. I got the worst PC out of here. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining though, because it was a gift. So.
All right, that's cool.
Don't look a gift horse in the graphics card.
That brings us to another part of PCs, is that if you want a good PC, like, you're gonna have to shell out a lot more money than the console.
Gosh,
I mean,
I feel that it'll like if you spend a lot of money, that it'll last you a long ass time.
It depends.
Yes.
I paid a very large amount of money for my computer, and I've only had it for a year, and I've already had to send it back in once.
Is that because of that stupid registry thing, or?
It was because of a whole bunch of stuff. My webcam broke, and my WLAN got disconnected from whatever it was connected to, so my internet was having all these problems. And they had to end up replacing a whole bunch of parts. And it's not that I'm really, you know, banging my computer against
You never
stuff.
know, your roommate could have... You know, he didn't talk much, but maybe...
Maybe he just hit my computer with a hammer every now and then. I don't know. No.
Maybe that was just
Fuck you, Jack.
I have a good case for it, and I always put it in a case whenever I take it places with me, so I'm pretty sure it's not something I did. I haven't dropped it from higher than like a foot in the whole year I had it. So I don't know. Of course, it was also because I ordered mine from like Sam's Club, so all the parts were like from all these different manufacturers, and it was just kind of shit.
But see, mine is from Sam's too, and I've never had to send mine in.
You should probably get a new battery for yours, though.
Well, yeah, the batteries suck eggs, but that's my own fault for what I did.
Anyway, back to my original point. It's like if you want to play, you know, Batman Arkham City, you know, that game's it's pretty taxing graphically, and if you want to get the best performance on a PC, you have to pay a lot of money to get a good enough PC that will play that game for its best performance versus a $300 Xbox or PS3.
Well, if you get the Xbox, it won't be able to get anywhere near the amount of graphical fidelity.
It won't be nearly as great graphically
so
as
like,
you can get maximized on a PC, but
so
it will still be, you know,
if you
get like a $300 PC, you're not going to be able to run it nearly as well as you get if you bought an Xbox or a PS3.
Well, yeah, and that's also the thing. Like even not so much cheaper laptops, but like, or not even laptops, but PCs. If you get a decent computer, like even if you set the graphics to like just medium or maybe like medium good, not the high setting, it still look better than a console most of the time, just because of the amount of graphical, you know, amount of hardware that can fit into a PC that is up to date and, you know, good. Whereas, like I said, like we were talking about, the consoles that are going on 7 years and still haven't changed any, well, not any, but they haven't made any huge updates with their graphics technology. So I mean, even not as high as it can be on a PC still looks better as all you're going to get from a console.
Well, sometimes. I mean, I don't think you can really generalize about that. Sometimes the console version will look better, and sometimes the PC version will look better. But if you pay a lot of money for a PC, the PC version will usually look better.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a good enough PC, you can usually get the PC version to look a lot better than the console version.
I just thought of this actually. If you have a computer, you will be able to play computer games from all points in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still am thinking about getting that old backyard football. You can make your own plays. That shit was fun. But I mean, if you have a computer that's really good, you'll be able to play games for all throughout the time. Whereas for consoles, I mean,
Most of the time,
some stuff like the PS3 doesn't have backwards compatibility for PS2 games.
Not anymore, no.
No. So I mean, with a computer, you'll always be able to play your stuff, but if it's an older computer, it won't be able to play some of the newest stuff.
There is actually a
I don't
certain
know.
there is a certain limit as to how far back a computer can play games. Like if you have a new Windows computer, you probably cannot play games from like the early 90s just because you probably just can't do that. Yeah. Or whenever when Windows 95 the first Windows? When was the first Windows?
I don't know.
Whatever. I have a few games in my drawer at home that won't run on my brand new laptop because they're just
Was
too
Lego
old.
City one of them?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Lego Island. Lego
Oh,
Island.
okay.
Lego Island
That
won't
shit
run on
was
my
so
laptop because
fun.
it's too old, and it's tragic.
That blows.
Childhood's just been shot.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What about Pokemon
No, I'm
Snap?
talking about for you. That's
That's for the Nintendo 64.
I know.
Lego Rock Raiders. Is
What
shit.
the fuck?
It needs to be on. It needs to be on the computer.
You could emulate it.
Well, then do it.
Do you want me to do it?
I want you to do it. I want to
Okay.
play Pokemon Snap.
Our next Let's Play will be Pokemon Snap.
It fucking better be.
So, just on the agenda then.
So, we've gone through like hardware, graphics, and price. What about like online gaming? Because online-wise,
It
there's
seems like you can get updates for games a lot quicker with computers than you can for consoles.
Online games also, if you put it on a console, you're going to have big limitations. Let me give you an example. Final Fantasy XI, I had it on both the 360 and the computer. I had them both. It was actually in college. Not too long ago, I bought it at Disc Replay, and it had a 30-month card that wasn't used. I was like, oh. Anyway,
That sounds like a win.
it was. I didn't get shit done from. But the point being is, you had to plug in a keyboard into your 360, like a USB keyboard, or you could just use a controller. But there were like so many different macros on the controller, and it was so hard to use. It was really hard to use, the controller to play the online game, whereas with the keyboard and all that stuff, you could just, have all the macros like it is in WoW. I can say that because a lot of people have played World of Warcraft or any online game that's
hotkey based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
But on the computer, I mean, you start plugging in a keyboard and a mouse into a console, and what basically do you have?
A computer.
Yeah.
Not quite. I mean, it looks. We're going back to
1980
controllers
1990s
versus
computer.
keyboard and mouse. Like
Yeah,
we were talking earlier about how we can put a controller into a computer. Now we're talking about how we could put a keyboard onto a console.
And then connect it to a tablet, connect it to the sofa, and while watching it in your car, while also,
Streaming it to your fridge.
and balling a watermelon.
No, but I'm strictly talking about it just for like online multiplayer games. Like you can't put like the Old Republic on the 360, could you?
I don't think so. I think it would burst into flames.
So I'm just trying to say this brings us back to the argument that like controller, mouse, keyboard doesn't really.
No, I'm
bring
talking
into
about
the argument. There's peripherals.
performance-wise.
There's peripherals.
I honestly don't think that the Xbox could be able to run the Old Republic.
Oh, no, but I mean the
Like
360 ran Final Fantasy 11, no problems.
Mhm.
Like it could handle it, and the servers, like it had no problem.
That was a decent looking game. Like it didn't suck graphically at all.
No, the game itself kind of sucked.
Well, maybe I really need to get a new graphics
But I mean,
card for my computer.
if we're gonna talk, I don't think, because if we start talking about performance of online games, I mean, between consoles and computer, I mean, if you're talking about graphics wise, then that's something we've already talked about.
Yeah, that's going back to hardware. I'm talking about like the amount of variety that there is on PC compared to computer or compared to console, because whatever PC game you have, there's this whole like online. There's this whole aspect where you can just get mods for the computer and have completely different game situation or gaming experiences than if you had the same game on the console.
I'm glad you brought up mods. Okay, this is like the biggest pro PC argument I'm gonna make today.
Thanks for interrupting me.
I love mods. You brought up mods.
I was going to talk about mods.
Well, Jack's going to talk about
now we're
mods
talking
now.
about mods together, Brad.
Well, before mods, we'll go back to it. Like comparing two different games on the PC versus the console. Let's say, no, not let's say. I had this example in mind. Team Fortress 2. They're both on the Xbox and the PC, but there's just no comparison anymore. And that's partly because Valve doesn't update anything for the Xbox. Like they don't care about the console.
They don't even fix the bugs in it anymore.
No, but like even like if it was strictly vanilla, weapon choices and hat choices, but there are all these different maps you can make and different skins and different opportunities you can have on the PC, whereas the Xbox, all you have are like the 5 different maps, and that's all you got. Whereas in PC, you have about 15,000 maps, community created, and like you can play as ponies, and then you can play as Duke Nukem.
Have you ever seen that Applejack skin mod?
The one that creeps me out a little.
Yeah.
Straight, but
it looks terrifying. Anyway, I'm sorry.
But yeah, you just have all these capabilities to do with.
Bitch, you best not be talking about my mind.
Let's avoid that.
We're not going
that's
there.
a storm.
We're not derailing this train yet.
That's a storm we need to avoid with our PodCouch, the SS PodCouch. Okay? So, I'm closing up on my argument, just saying that with PCs, with 2 games that are both on PC and on console, you'll have this vastly different and pretty much superior experience on the computer, just because of how much stuff can be modded in and brought in by the community without even the game developers touching anything.
Yeah. And now that Steam has released that workshop thing, they've got all these now developer sanctioned mods that you can get for PC games. Skyrim comes to mind when I think of mods. I bought Skyrim on 360. Sure wish I bought it on PC instead, because the mods are amazing.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Fucking Dawn Guard came out for Skyrim on the 360 today. It's only on the 360. The PC and the PS3 version comes out in a month.
I need to get.
Don't know why.
That's weird.
I don't know why it's not on the computer.
Speaking of what else came out today, Mass Effect 3 Extended Cut. I need to check that out.
Yeah, you might as well get Dawn Guard before you. I'm sorry, Skyrim's more important than Mass Effect 3.
Denied.
Oh fuck you. Anyway, continue with your.
Dude, I don't even remember where I was at. Zoidberg mod, Zoidberg crabs. I love that shit.
For Half-Life?
No,
no,
we're still talking about Skyrim.
Oh my.
And the lockpick mod, Macho Man Randy Savage dragons. I wish I had that shit. There's even like a
So to interrupt Jack as well, since we're going on a theme, just to interrupt I was also thinking.
You also sinking?
I was thinking. And this is another Valve map, but or not Valve map, but Valve game, Left 4 Dead. Like with all the stuff that Valve did for Left 4 Dead on the computer, and they it took a while for it to get to the console.
Was it on the computer first?
Yeah. It was on the, I feel like it was. I remember it being on the computer, and then with the Xbox and PS3, people had to wait for the amount of stuff that they did for the computer as well. And then they put it on, they put it on the Xbox as DLC.
Are you talking about updates for the game?
I think updates. I think the new maps. I don't remember correctly because it's been a while since I played the game, but
the passing,
and I think the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like those came out as DLC for the PC, whereas on the console. Whereas I think in PC they came free.
Valve does a lot of stuff like that, where they release all their stuff for free for PC versions and not for the console versions.
Well, they make up for it by the amount of hats that you get to buy in Team Fortress 2. The hat economy in Team Fortress 2 is staggeringly complex.
What?
It's amazing the amount of stuff people do just to buy hats.
I never got into hats.
Neither have I.
I play Team Fortress, but I never got into hats.
Some people do.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous.
Okay, now Chase, you have yet to interrupt Jack, so...
No,
I already did.
I have not interrupted.
With the dog, I interrupted.
Hold on, let me get on a topic so you can brush it aside real quick. Alright, where was I at? Something about something. Anyway, Chad,
Something about
interrupt.
what you were talking about Skyrim mods with Zoidberg and
I feel like they got the
Macho
point.
Man
Mods
97.
are fucking cool. That's one thing I just really love about PC games is you can mod.
So
them.
one thing that I was gonna say.
There we go.
Do you actually have something to say?
No, the Portal 2 thing that Valve is
Oh,
doing, where
God.
the players can create like their own puzzles.
The level creator. Yeah.
Yes, I think that is awesome.
Is
That-
that
could
only
be-
for PC users?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
That-
Reason to get Portal
that-
on Steam, guys.
that could be a really tricky situation because with all the maps that they did for Portal 2 were created by professional level designers that they had to be really, really careful about everything they did. 'cause
Especially with like those levels where you got flung across the stage and it just hit you everywhere.
And
yes,
those-
I remember that.
And those levels where like if you stand in one spot and you're like, okay, if I could put a portal on that wall over there, we'd be good. But then there's something blocking you.
So you're talking about the quality of the user created.
Yeah, the quality of the maps, and just like the fact that a lot of these maps could be broken unless you spend like
Well,
scrutinize
I
every
don't have
single
to
one.
say-
You played Little Big Planet before, right?
No,
Okay.
it's a PC, it's a PS game.
Yeah, PlayStation 3. Well, it's kind of like Little Big Planet. Like, it's a game about users creating their own levels. And, a lot of them suck ass. And a lot of them are really broken, but a lot of them are also really freaking cool. And they're not something that the developers themselves could have made.
Well,
So,
one of the things, like you guys talking about that and how a lot of user-generated stuff can be broken. Yes, but a lot of user-generated stuff can be really good. And I'm going from Halo Reach, the Forge aspect of it. A good portion of the maps that they use in multiplayer is user-generated.
yeah, I've seen some
And-
really cool maps made
Yeah.
on Forge.
Yeah, but to be honest,
it all
like-
depends on the tools that they give you to use. And if they give you a comprehensive enough tool set in a Portal 2 creator, then there will be some good maps made out there.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
There will be, but I feel like you could, and I don't know if this would, interfere with the making of Half-Life 2 Episode 3, but I feel like they're doing it so that they don't have to keep making the maps themselves. Because if they kept making the maps and just putting it out as, DLC or extra maps, which that's gonna be what keeps Portal 2 alive, the extra maps. So if I guess it makes sense for them to do it. I just hope it works and that
Again,
the
I'm going
creators
to
don't just
Halo
go
Reach.
through.
I think it's going to work. I mean, if with enough people doing it, they're going to find good enough stuff that they can just keep using.
Yeah, but then there's going to be about like 5,000 really bad or really
Well,
easy, really broken maps.
They'll
for
have
every
like some
really good
sort
one.
of rating system or
They
something
already
like
do.
that, so you can just browse by user rating or something. So you'll be able to find the good maps and not have to sift through loads and loads of crap that will inevitably be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already have. Like I was watching a couple other things on it. And they have rating systems where people can go through and it's like, oh, this is like a 4-star thing. Let's go see what it is, and so people can see what it is, rate it, and check it out.
And
There we go.
With your Reach example, for a lot of those, community-made maps, I don't really like. Like, a lot of them are, real... And I don't know if it's just because, they throw them out so randomly in the matchmaking system that I can't tell what's going to be what. So every time I get into a new map, I have no idea what's going on. But even, when I get used to a community-made map, I just don't like it as much as, the professionally made ones.
I've enjoyed most of the maps I've been on.
Like, there's one map in particular, and I don't even remember the name because they all have such stupid names. Like, I just, but there's this one map in particular. It's community made, and it's my least favorite Halo map. And it's the one with I don't feel like I could describe it, so I'm not going to.
Alright, good effort.
Yeah,
Man,
I'll drop it when it's
favorite-
cold. I'll drop it when it's
My
cold.
favorite map from Halo 3 was actually the Pit. I hated playing on that, and everyone's like, "Wow, it's so great." I'm like, I never liked it. I don't know why. And it was one of the professionally made maps.
So it's really
it's
really
up
about
to opinion. Yeah.
Alright, back to the consoles versus PCs.
Well, that was all part of the console versus PC.
It was slightly derailing. We're bringing it back on board.
One argument for the consoles. I'm not gonna say which I'm for yet. One argument for the consoles is that price-wise. Like you said,
Yeah.
if you want a good, if you have a good computer, then you're going to be able to play games. Incredible graphics. It won't run down. The game experience will be very, very intense for you. The thing is, do you have $4,000 to go blow on a nice computer? Whereas you can go spend $4,000, buy every single new gen system, and then make like 5 games for each system.
Yeah.
And have enough left to buy for
And like all the extra,
Yeah, all the
move
other good stuff.
and connect.
Yeah. Would you rather spend that $4,000 and get one?
One laptop, no games, no nothing else.
It doesn't have to be a laptop. It can be a desktop.
Any kind of computer.
Yeah.
And just that, or go
Every
into the
single
console and
new
get
gen
all of
system and a whole bunch of games.
So consoles win out on price accessibility. Like you can just buy a console for a lot less than a computer you usually go for, but computers win on if you have the money to get this really high-end computer, you will probably appreciate
there's
it
also the
graphically a lot more.
There's also the issue of like casual gamers versus like much more hardcore gamers. Which casual, it's definitely a console thing.
Yeah.
Because related to the
Well,
price.
casual gamers play a lot of that Farmville, Brad, and that's not on a console.
Gosh.
I'm gonna track you down when you're asleep and slit your throat with a butterfly.
You don't know where that.
What?
All right, let's.
Wait, I was going somewhere.
Okay, sorry.
No, with casual versus more hardcore gamers. Casual gamers, it's related to the price. That it's just something they want to do in their spare time. They'll get a console just because it's not something they plan on doing a lot of, so they want something that's kind of cheap. And two, it's a lot easier to get into console.
Yeah.
Because with PC you have to get it's if you want to get into PC you have to go through a lot more work to find out what the best PC is, what kind of extra add-ons to install into your computer to make your stuff run faster. And whereas console you just turn it on, start playing.
Yeah, consoles are just a lot more accessible to people in general.
The
like,
general audience.
How many different models of Xbox are there? There are like 2 or something like that. And the only difference is how big the hard drive is.
The hard drive and
And
the
general size of it. There's the
And,
Xbox
the
360
cover.
and the Xbox 360S.
Yeah, and it's
Size
like
and hard drive, that's it.
you don't even really have to choose anything there. You just go out there and pick up a box and pay for it and take it home, and it's yours. And all you have to do is plug it in and type in some user information, and then you're ready to play.
And then
you
use
play
an
it
email
and love
address
it
that you'll
and-
never use after that.
Yeah.
I haven't
And
used
then-
that email address I signed up for Xbox
For your
since I got the
Windows
Xbox.
account?
Yeah. Ever since I got the Xbox, I've never used that account.
My email account doesn't even exist anymore for my Xbox. That's
Do you ever have to recover your account?
they fixed that. Well, yeah, but like you can still plug in the same email address, but it's Insight. Yeah, it's not there.
Inside.
It's not
What the
there.
hell
Oh,
is
wow.
Inside?
Good
Yeah.
God.
What do you do for
Did you
Yeah.
get it back in 2001?
Yeah, I've had this shit for a long time.
Was that like on the little discs you used to get in the mail that would try to get you to sign
You
up
mean
for
the
these
AOL
things?
discs?
They're the AOL discs.
I don't know, like I got Xbox Live back when
They made it
or before the
took all
Xbox 360
AOL
was
discs,
even
they broke
out.
them up and they made
So-
like a disco.
Okay.
Like, all the
I was playing
AOL
multiplayer
discs.
on
I tell you
it
what.
too, like a boss.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I tell you what, like, speaking of AOL discs, there were times when like Pizza Hut, as a promotion, would give out free like demo PS2 discs.
Oh, the
And they'd have-
demo discs are shit.
Yeah, they-
shit, like, not like shit bad, I meant like shit awesome.
Yeah,
they are the shit.
they are the shit. Where like it's like 10 minutes of like 5 different games, and that's the only way I got to play like some of the classic PS2 titles like Metal Gear, Final Fantasy, like for a while Crash Bandicoot. Like those,
yeah.
that's the only way I could play those games. I just go to Pizza,
So
get a pizza,
great.
and like
That's my
15
shot.
games, and then But anyway, that was.
I'm thinking with the price thing for the general. I know you can get into the hardcore gamers, but how many people right now could go out and afford a $4,000 computer?
Shut up.
Don't say you could.
No, if
I mean,
it's
well, you don't necessarily need like a $4,000 computer. That's like high end. But if you want to be able to run really good games, really good all the time, you're gonna have to shell out more than at least like $700 at the very least.
But I mean, would you-
That's what mine is right now, and it's not that great.
I mean,
But
do
good.
you want to spend this? This is what's bothering me is that if you get the highest end computer today, right now, in like 6 months, let's just say they come out with the new consoles in 6 months, right? In 6 months, that your computer that you had at the highest end is not going to be the highest end anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of shit coming out for it. And then to replace the highest end stuff that you've already had, it's going to be more money. You're going to, if you, and the games are just, I feel like they're going to keep on going to the point where you're going to have to get that highest end stuff again.
Well, eventually, but I think with the highest end stuff that you have now, you'll be able to last for
quite a while.
And
that's also
before
part of the
you
game.
need the upgrade.
That's also part, a responsibility of the developer to make sure that they can get, even on the lesser quality computers, they need to, get as much of the gaming experience out of it by, encoding it right, by making sure that any computer can play it, or any computer to a reasonable level, like not like the Commodore 64 or whatever. Don't need the Commodore to play Crysis. Don't need that.
Challenge accepted.
Figure it out, Jay.
But I don't know. I just feel like, to me, in the argument between consoles and computers, is that it's just price. It's money. Because a lot of games do come out on the consoles and computers, and yeah, there are some advantages to having it on computer, like the Steam Workshop.
Mm-hmm.
But then again,
and Steam in general. Steam is just an amazing thing for.
Hi guys.
Who has Steam?
Get your ass a Steam account, Chad. There are no downsides.
There's no reason for no having Steam.
You already get Team Fortress 2.
It's
for free.
If you have a computer,
plays Team Fortress 2.
You could if you got Steam.
If you have a computer, have Steam. It's like having bread and then nothing else. Kind of.
A lot of people want free.
Except the bread can browse the internet and
It's like having bread and nothing else.
What?
I'm just saying, like, there's no.
What are you doing with this?
I try to come. I can't come up with metaphors.
You are doing such a good job.
What I'm saying is, if you have a console, there's no reason not to have Steam. Whereas,
You mean
a computer? Brad,
need to stop.
You were saying, Jack?
I was talking about.
Anyway, like I was saying, if you have a PC, there's no reason not to have Steam. Whereas console. And neither of the consoles really have a system like that that's, that good.
I'm gonna... Okay, yeah, Steam's pretty good, but PlayStation Plus
is also pretty good.
I mean, this month they came out with 12 games, and 6 of them are really high-end PS3 games that did really well.
Oh man, we haven't even talked about subscriptions yet.
Well, yeah, actually.
Steam is free all the time.
I know.
All day,
Steam is
every
free.
day, Steam's free.
That's the thing. I'm not saying that it's better, because in this I'm saying Steam is a lot better because, one, like I said, you don't have to pay for it. They have new deals every day. Like, a few days ago they had that Deus Ex, the new one, for $4. $4 on the computer.
Yeah, and they allow you to play any PC game. Like, I'm playing Psychonauts off Steam, even though that game is like, what?
On the PS2 came out.
Xbox.
It's like,
Xbox.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
It's like, how old is it? But
Years.
It's old.
Yeah.
I'm playing,
Those were the original Xbox. So.
and there are all these like different indie games that are on Steam that like to get it, you have to get it on Steam, and which if you don't have Steam, which there's no reason not to.
It's completely legal and it's a free download. Just get that Steam code.
But the thing is, with PlayStation Plus though, I mean, there are times where you're paying $8 a month.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, it's not even that. I got mine for $18. It's $18 for 3 months, so $6 a month.
Mm.
I mean, for $6, I got 12 games for free.
Yeah.
The thing is,
For $6,
with
I got
Steam,
raked up the ass.
What?
with Steam,
Xbox
you're
Live.
still gonna have to pay. Like, how many games can you
Gold.
get with $6? I mean, maybe
Probably not 12.
yeah. But the thing is, you'll have to keep paying that subscription to play them.
Yeah.
That's the only downside.
So it becomes.
And then some months they don't even have like huge games like that. You still may get 12 games, but they're not like Little Big Planet 2, Infamous 2, Virtua Fighter 5. You may not get that every month. But as long as you have a subscription, you will always be able to play those games.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of what I mean, Steam does that. Once you buy it, you always have it, even if you don't have it downloaded.
Yeah, but you actually have to keep your PlayStation Plus subscription to keep playing those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Once the Plus subscription ends, you can't play those games. But once you start it back up again, you can play them again.
I thought that as soon as you downloaded it, they were just yours.
No.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about PCs. Even though PCs are more expensive initially, way more expensive depending on what you get. After that, all you need to do is pay the price for internet. Because there's no subscription-based thing except
unless it's for a game.
Unless it's a game
Unless
itself.
it's like WoW or does Tor have a subscription?
Yes.
The thing is though, if you spend money on buying games a month, let's say you spend like maybe $12, $20 a month, you won't get as many games. I mean, you're still paying $6 a month for PlayStation Plus, and you get free games. Whereas you have the free service on Steam, but you're paying for the games at a lower price.
Yeah.
Much lower price.
So, I mean, does that even itself out?
I think it evens out simply because of like the Christmas sale and the summer sale. In the summer sale, I got like 12 games for $20 last year, and they were good games.
I can't wait for the summer sale.
I got Amnesia and BioShock for like $4.
Never liked BioShock.
Get out.
Oh.
Anyway,
I said I never liked it. I'm not saying
Jump
it's
out of my
anyway.
basement.
It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just not. It wasn't for me.
Bitches,
So-
please. Bitches, please.
now,
Go ahead.
now,
It's not as bad between like PS3 versus Steam as it is for like Xbox. Xbox is just doing some stuff. They're just doing some stuff wrong with their online. Like even if you don't get the PlayStation Plus membership, you can still use the Netflix. You can still play online. You can still do pretty much anything that you could do on an Xbox with the Gold membership. Xbox.
Rapes you up the ass.
Yeah, I have a Netflix account. I pay what is it like $10 a month or something like that for my Netflix account. But I can't use it on my Xbox because I don't have gold. And even though I'm already paying for the Netflix, I also have to pay $50 a year, is it? $60 a year?
$60 a year they raised
Or whatever the rate was. To use it on my Xbox, and you can't get the ESPN shit, you can't get a lot of things. You can't even play games online unless you have a gold membership.
Nope.
And it's just really stupid that you should have to pay for something
And
like
the
that.
thing is, they say that
write this down.
they say that they use the money to keep up their cross-chat, servers. That is the only thing you're paying for, because on PlayStation, on the PS3, you cannot cross-chat, talk to each other.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the only thing different. That's what we are not paying for, is that cross-chat.
And it's like, I still wouldn't feel that bad about it if at least Xbox had some sort of deal incentive to pay for this. Like Steam has their sales all the time. PS3 Gold members get PS3 Plus members get like free games all the time.
You also get discounts on stuff like Steam does. I forgot that.
Xbox Gold subscribers get basic online functionality for their money.
Yeah.
And I mean, you had a deal the other day. Didn't it say that you could start your subscription at what, $2 a month?
I mean, they do occasionally have deals for their gold. They had one the other day. It was like $2 for a month of gold, which is
Pretty good.
I'd say that's reasonable. That would. But I think you can only buy 1 month at a time. That's probably only a limited time offer, like for a week or so.
you see, I don't know anything about this Xbox 360 stuff because of an error that I made when I first put in credit card information. It won't let me connect back to Xbox Live until I go onto the website and manually, reset it.
Now I'm glad you brought that up, Brad. I would like to say another thing. Xbox online support is just straight up douchey. I hate them.
Oh yeah.
When your subscription runs out, they usually tell you through like an email or something, but what they don't tell you is that they automatically renew it, and if you don't have any money on the card you set it to renew on or something like that, it will just automatically renew it anyway, even though you don't have the money to pay for it. It will take it out of your account, and if you don't have the money to pay for it, they will suspend your Xbox account indefinitely until you call them or go online to get it sorted out.
That's what happened to me.
And I've had this happen to me twice, and for some reason, the second time was a lot more severe, because now, even though I've called them and I went online, I rectified the information, I still cannot do a lot of stuff. Like, it won't connect to servers and stuff on my Xbox for some reason.
And here's
I've tried it at other people's houses. I've tried it on different Xboxes, but under my account, it will not connect to servers. It says that my server information is no longer valid. And I called them about it, and they said, It was because of that one time I didn't pay for my gold subscription.
Will
and
it ever fix, or?
They said I had to buy another gold subscription to get it fixed.
And here's
This
the
is
thing.
why I only do cards. I don't do the card-based subscription.
And here's the
I
thing.
don't get fucked over that
with
way.
like two things. One, the reason that my Xbox Live is canceled right now is because when I was putting in credit card information, I put in the wrong expiration date on the card. I put it as 2011 instead of 2014.
Okay.
So when 2011 came and went, it stopped working, and then I was like, why isn't it said your credit card expired. So I was like, okay, I went and fixed it. I changed it to the right expiration date, and then it still won't work. But this time, when it pops up the error message, it doesn't say why it won't work. Like, I had to figure out that I had to go online and reset it manually from other people. I did, like, it never told me, you have to reset it. It just said, your payment option is invalid, go choose a new one, dickhead. And then I had nothing. I had no information or no reason to know why it wasn't accepting it. I just had to go figure it out myself.
Real quick, this is a little bit off topic, but still in the same with servers, and why we're like how they're saying you guys have to pay for cross chat and to play the multiplayer. They don't have a PlayStation Home. I got on that today with the Foley thing out. Holy shit! You can talk like there is so much shit in Home now. Like that server has to be freaking ridiculous.
Get your
I don't
shit
understand
gear.
why they're charging you. I don't understand why anymore.
It's because Microsoft's a fucking monster
It's
nowadays.
because
You've heard ever since E3, I've been going more and more to PS,
Yes.
PS3.
Just Sony.
3, whatever. Yes, Sony. Let's go with that.
Sony Bros.
And now that I'm doing that, I can see Microsoft is a bloody monster.
I feel like they got away with it just because they were the first of the next-gen consoles to come out, and so they kind of set the precedent.
Yeah, and people have the most brand loyalty, I
made it
feel,
better than
Yeah.
that.
to Xbox. I feel like people have the most brand loyalty to Xbox just because it's been around the longest, and people, like, when it first came out, people were like, I need this new console. They only had enough money to get that one console, so now they have to defend it with their lives before they go like, you know what, actually, maybe I made a mistake. I should have gone with PS3.
Yep.
Or, God forbid, the Wii.
Alright, really quick, I want to just kind of get this back on topic. This is kind of turning into Xbox versus PS3.
Sorry.
Back to PC versus console.
I know you just changed it back, but I feel like we kind of covered it.
You know what? No,
Alright.
Wait,
Let's end the PC
Yo, like what
console topic.
do you prefer consoles or
Yes.
like the final judgment?
Yes,
Alright,
let's
let's
do that.
summarize. So, in terms of, we already talked about this a little bit, in terms of cost, accessibility, consoles are just better because more people can afford them.
And casual
As a
appeal.
Casual
Console.
gamers can go for a console better than a PC. But in terms of graphical awesomeness, I mean, a PC would win if you've got the money. If you've got the money to get a really good PC, PCs win in terms of graphics, in terms of online, multiplayer stuff. Yeah,
And in terms of online, variety.
I feel like PCs
win.
that one.
They've got mods. They've got usually better communities than
So in
consoles.
other words, what we're saying is that PCs win in just about everything other than price and accessibility.
Price, accessibility, pretty much. As far as from what I'm saying.
That's kind of what I have to say.
If we just but the thing is, I don't know what we could classify as their deals or whatever, like what the Steam and then the PlayStation Store. Since we have it generalized as consoles, like every console, then computers win. But if it was just like PlayStation 3 and computer, then it would be a tie.
I would also like to point out the Humble Indie Bundle, greatoldgames.com.
yeah.
There are a lot of sites like Steam out there actually.
Kickstarter.
That's
What?
That's kind of gaming related. Like you get
yeah,
to start
Tim-
games that
Tim Schafer's getting his new game started up through Kickstarter. That's less gameplay and more of just computers are awesome because of the internet. But
how about the internet, guys? That's a nice little
hey, the
fad
internet's
going.
pretty fantastic.
That's a keen little
I love
idea
the
they got.
internet.
The thing is, though, I forgot to mention this. The PS3 is like a computer. You can plug in a printer into it. You can plug in a mouse and a keyboard. You've got an internet browser into it. It is very close to being a computer itself.
Yeah, PS3 is pretty cool.
I'm just not saying that it's better than the 360. I'm saying that they almost did the the crossover to the computer era when it shouldn't have hit yet. Like they almost jumped the gun on it and was like, we just made a computer that you can do everything.
Where were you going with the Marco Polo?
I meant to say the Mark over, but I just was like Mark O, and then I was like, oh wait,
I heard Marco, and I just thought
PCs
Polo.
were like Marco, and PS3 was like Polo.
Gotcha.
That's awful.
Yeah. I think we've wrapped up that topic.
So, and from the list that I made, you can't see it. We've got PCs with 3 tallies, and then the console with 1. So in general,
Well, console with 2 technically, with cost and accessibility.
Oh, okay.
Accessibility.
So yeah, then consoles have like 2 things for them, and computers have 3 things for them.
That sounds like a win for the PC to me.
All right.
Do you personally feel that way?
Yeah, let's hear some personal opinions.
Personally,
guys.
I would love to get into PC gaming more so than console gaming, if I had the money for it.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is what a lot of people, as they're starting to realize, not only how old the consoles are getting, but as people get more into gaming and more serious about it, they realize PC has a lot better has a lot better deals, has a lot better all this stuff. But they just can't get it. I can't get it. I might be able to soon.
Get your job. Yeah.
Get my job, making sandwiches.
Yeah.
For
Make me a sandwich.
Like a proper woman.
Like a proper and English lady. I will be able to make sandwiches.
Alright, Chase, how do you feel? Consoles or PCs?
I feel I'm really torn by it because I've always grown up with consoles. And then when I first found out, got Steam, I thought it was going to be a joke and I never use it. It's kind of how I felt like the PS3, like I was an Xbox fanboy. And then I stumbled, you were over that day when we were counting the money. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go out and buy a PS3.
Yeah.
And then that was one of the best decisions I've ever done. Same thing with computers. I was like, I'm just going to download Steam, and I think you were telling me to do it too.
It's because you didn't have one, and I was just like,
what? And now I regret doing it because I've missed out on so many of the deals there. And it's like
kind of like how I am right now.
You should just at least get it before the summer sale, Chad.
Do you just want bread? I don't think you just want bread. I think you want meat and stuff.
I'm still thinking of a better metaphor.
Levitating chocolate.
I will build
levitating chocolate.
Build your sandwich.
Don't make me get the duct tape.
Like I said, it's tearing my heart, but I'm siding with PCs just because eventually, they may, they're winning now in what we said, but for everyone in the whole entire world, consoles are still winning by the majority just because
accessibility.
Yeah. But in the future, that will change to computers.
Yes.
Maybe. So.
I'm actually pretty close on both of them too. I've never been a big fan of PC gaming until just recently when I got my laptop, like a year ago, because I always had a lot of problems with computers when I was younger.
Yeah.
I was really bad with them, and I'm pretty sure I broke a few of them just because I'm incompetent, but whatever. So I got my computer, and suddenly I started playing computer games. I love mods. I love online communities usually. The LOL community can suck a dick.
The what community?
League of Legends. They're a lot of assholes.
I know. I don't know.
No, but I'm just messing with you.
He's just telling the truth. He's just stating his personal, heartfelt opinion. He hates all of you LOL players.
Oh, let's not say that, Brad.
No, he didn't. I'm not the one who said it. You're the one who said it, Jack.
I was just messing. No,
I don't think he was.
He's being serious.
Anyway, so as I was saying,
hey, Jack is talking. Let's fix that.
God damn it, guys.
No, but shut up. Shut up.
I also really like consoles. We didn't really get a chance to talk about this, but like split screen gaming. You can have LAN parties and stuff, but it just doesn't feel the same as split screen gaming. Like, you can't play Super Smash Bros on a laptop. Well, you can, but it's not the same.
One problem with split screen gaming is that I always have the problem, and I know a lot of people have this problem where you just screen watch the other people without even trying to.
Dude, that was part of the fun.
That was part of the that ruined.
That's when you fucking look down in the corner of the screen and be like, Find me now, bitch.
That like made me and my brother hate each other for like days on end. We'd just be like, why? Like we were playing hide and seek on Halo, and we're just like, why would you look to where I was? God damn it, I hate you.
Yep.
Well, it's probably because you tried to play hide and seek.
It was a fun game. It was a fun game.
Anyway, back to my wrapping my things up. I'm still gonna pick PC just by a little bit though, because I really like split screen gaming on the consoles. I really do, but I also just really like, if you've got the money, how much better you can get your gaming experience with the PC. And Chad?
PC.
Okay.
Whoa.
No, I plan on elaborating. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's just the way you said it. You're just like PC.
Yep.
Shut off the camera. Let's do this.
No, PC. I'm also pretty new to PC gaming, as you have heard from these guys with their anger face. I don't have Steam, so I'm going mostly off of what they say. It sounds like computers are a lot. Like, yeah, it costs a lot to get that, or get the good stuff, the good computer, but once you have it, it'll last a long time. Chase, shut up.
Sorry, the way you were like, the good stuff.
The good stuff.
It's like,
It lasts a long time. It makes you happy.
If you've got enough money for the good stuff, go for it. It usually lasts longer.
Yep. And my main console experiences with Xbox, and like I've said, they just kind of rape you up the ass with their online stuff. Is it really that funny?
Chad, good stuff, Curl. It'll last a long time and make you feel happy.
that's your new nickname, good stuff. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm
Screw
sorry.
you.
I'm so sorry.
No, screw you.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Apologize.
So
I've been apologizing.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm done.
okay, so to wrap up, we have 4 tentative PC
Yep.
for all 4 of us.
Fuck you guys.
All right.
Sounds good. Like, alright. I'm with it.
Pirates versus ninjas.
No.
We really gonna get into this?
No, I think we should.
I feel
definitely wrap it up.
like this is a pretty long PodCouch already. I'm gonna be straight.
All right.
Well,
That'll be a topic for another day. Sorry, children. You don't get to have your delicious Pirates versus Ninjas discussion pie.
Yep.
It'll be damn good pie when we get around to it.
It'll
Don't
be
worry.
damn good. Damn good pie.
What flavor is it?
Pirates
it's
versus
fuck you flavor. Alright, end it.
Alright, so this has been episode 4. There have really been that many?
Yes.
Episode 4 of the PodCouch
The
with
PodCouch.
the Unauthorized Access team. This has been Brad,
Chase.
Jack.
And Chad.
And we'll
Chad, good stuff, Curl.
Chad good stuff, Crow, of course.
Chad gets stuff gonna beat you with this couch.
See, but he has the extra money to get the good stuff, so it'll make it, you know.
It'll make him happy for a long
It
time.
makes him happy. Alright,
Oh my God.
we're signing off now. See
See
you
you
later,
later,
guys.
guys.
I don't actually hate LOL fans. Bye.
Screw you guys.
Bye.
See ya.